Hello everyone, Absolute Alma here, and welcome back to this week's video. Grab your tea, your cookies, or whatever delicious snacks you have on hand, and let's start painting together. For this week's video, I'm going to be showing you a painting that I completed about a month ago. I've actually finally gotten through all of my past Twitch footage of the paintings that I worked on, so please expect new, fresh content of recent paintings coming your way finally. I had so much footage backed up, I actually ended up having to delete them in order to make videos, which is pretty ridiculous. So unfortunately, there is probably 3 or 4 paintings that won't see the light of day because they're gone. Rest in peace. Back onto this video though, here's the video. For this painting, it is kind of a half-half of watercolor and gouache, and it's kind of interesting. This is an old painting, so I feel like my skills have progressed quite a bit within the month, surprisingly. I've been working a lot more with gouache paintings, as you know, but I would eventually like to come back to watercolor and gouache and make them work harmoniously with each other. I feel like that's a very, very difficult challenge at this moment, is making the gouache and the watercolor look like one. Right now, I feel gouache, my skill level with gouache is very bold and opaque and matte, and with watercolors it's very fluid and light and transparent, and so I still have a lot to work on when it comes to those two mediums and getting them to work together. I would love, and I know it's possible because I've seen it, to be able to do watercolor and gouache together. Hopefully in the next coming months I can do that. But as of right now, I've been improving on my gouache techniques, so that's been pretty fun. This painting was actually inspired by one of my paintings that I completed last year. It was of my notorious head sucker, and I want to boost my ego or whatever and say that the head sucker is the most original piece that I've ever created, because I don't think I've seen anything like this before, but I could be wrong. But I created a piece last year in watercolor. She's actually showcased on my business cards, so if you have them, you'll know what painting I'm talking about. But it's of a Oni girl, and she has this crazy sherbet colored hair, and she has a head sucker on the side of her head consuming her hair. And yeah, I absolutely love them. I did quite a few last year, but I dropped the concept because I wanted to move into a different direction and play around with metal and cyberpunk stuff. But for this piece, I thought it would be fun to bring that concept back and play with it. So I have 3 girls, and one of them is actually being a head sucker. But yeah, I think it's a pretty cute sketch. When I had done it, I do feel like there's a lot of pieces missing with this painting that I would like to redo. Maybe have some sort of ground for the bottom girl, because she is sort of just floating there. And also the fact that the gouache background is way too strong for the soft colors of the watercolor girls. Also wanted to give a shout out to I Am Awesome Sauce. She had sent me a few DIY tin travel watercolor palettes, and so this piece I was playing around with the pans that she had filled. I absolutely love the pink metallic watercolor paint she gave me. Like, it's gorgeous. This video does no justice for that top head sucker, because if you move the painting around, it will glisten. It's so beautiful. Ugh. So thank you so much. I am Awesome Sauce if you're watching this video. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What else is there? Yeah, so these girls were inspired from, well, the concept of the 3 girls sitting on top of each other is based off of the green bouncing head henchman dudes from Yubaba and Spirited Away movie. I really liked those characters a lot, and so I kind of was playing around with this idea and trying to bring it to life, and yeah, this is what we got. I think it turned out good. It's a nice piece. If you're interested in this piece as well, there's of course prints, as are with all my paintings, located in my shop. I'll have a link down in the description below. So I wanted to talk about some of the nonsense that has been going on in my head lately. For some reason, I have been a very negative person, and it's not really a normal thing for me. But you guys have been really supportive over on Instagram, and so I wanted to share my appreciation towards your guys' support during these weird stages. I've been like stuck in the past or something. I don't know. I think I'm gonna be starting my period because I get kind of funky feeling. I'm gonna blame it on my endometriosis, but I just get really emotional and whatnot. But for this month, it seemed to be very drastic, to where I was contemplating my future, and I really hate doing this. I feel like social media does this a lot. When you look at other people's works, or people going out to parties, or people graduating, or things like that, and you compare yourself to them and tell yourself that you're nowhere near what they're doing, or you shouldn't have stopped doing this, otherwise you'd be there, or you should just quit now because you're worthless, or random things like that. Like, very counterproductive thinking. And it hit me, like, I think it was about a day ago. I was awake at 1 a.m. just like self-pity, loathing everything. I couldn't sleep at all, so I was just thinking about my past and how so many people have gone ahead of me, and I haven't really achieved any of my dreams or anything like that. And it was so ridiculous, I guess, because that's not true at all. I'm very appreciative of where I am and how far I've come, and I know next year is going to be even more exciting. So I don't really understand why I did this. But I had asked you guys what kind of things you guys do to help get yourselves in a creative mood. Because I've been feeling like this, I have been very unproductive. And it's so dumb because I was doing so well just last week. I was just painting, I was experimenting, I was shutting off social media and just absorbing myself into my paintings. And then this happened, and I'm like sinking low. I feel so much better now though, but I'm still in a funk, of course. But your guys' responses of what you guys do when you need to be creative but aren't feeling up to it were so good, and I really enjoyed reading everyone's comments or messages and sharing them with everyone. Some of my favorite ones were of going out and taking a sketchbook and going into nature and just absorbing the sun and the world around you and sketching. I think that sounds amazing. Doing yoga and meditation, listening to your favorite music, just forcing yourself into it to sit down, because of course that's the hardest thing for everyone, is to just pick up the pencil and start. It's so easy to talk yourself out of it. Also, giving yourself breaks. When you feel like you've really pushed yourself, it's okay to actually take the time to rest and feel better. Taking a bath, eating your favorite food. You guys were just chock full of amazing advice, and I really appreciate it, and I hope you guys also were able to take in some of those great pieces and, you know, think about them for when you don't feel like creating either. I know I am. I wrote down quite a lot of them because they were so juicy. It's like, why didn't I think of that? That sounds like such a good idea. But so that's about it for this week's video. I think I've kind of chatted a lot about all sorts of different things. So for the end of September, I will be putting out a newsletter through email. So if you are wanting to get on my email list to stay up to date on different merch or prints, paintings, events like future gallery showings, definitely consider getting on my email list. I will try and put a link down below. If not, there is one on my Instagram link that you can subscribe to. And I try to base my newsletters around the Astro Babe universe, so when you open up the Bad Cat Chronicle, it is as if you are reading that galaxy's newsletter, kinda. I will also be updating my website blog with Inktober supplies and tips and what I will be trying to do, as well as have my Inktober prompt up there, so definitely check that out. Should be up by Monday or Tuesday. So yeah, that for sure is the end of this video. So thank you guys so much for your guys' support. And as usual, if you made it past this video, what is your favorite thing to wear in autumn? For me, I really enjoy wearing, it's a hard one. It's between tights or cardigans. Those are my two favoriteest pieces that I always wear through autumn and winter. So what is yours? What do you enjoy wearing in autumn and winter? And yeah, I'll see you guys for next week's video. Take care of yourself, stay safe, stay hydrated, and bye-bye!